stuck to the plan. Always said that we would stand up, never ran. We the fam and loyalty never change up. Been down since day one, look at where we came from. Jumping out on anybody who try to say something. One thing about it, got a problem, I got the same one. Money rolls, we fold. Plenty clubs, we close. Follow the same code. Never turn our backs, our cars don't even lose control. One shot, everything rides on tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Associated Wrestling Press's College Wrestling Review. I'll be your host, ESPN, that's so awesome to say, ESPN broadcaster, Big Ten Network Student U broadcaster, NCAA broadcaster for the 2015 NCAA Championships, Eric Olnowski. And today I'm joined by former Cleveland State wrestler, Court Lair. Court, welcome to the show.
How's it going, Eric? Great to be back.
Yeah, back for the second time. Thank you very much for joining us.
Numero dos. Let's get after it. Midlands, baby.
Yeah, how exciting was that? Couple of things that I want to see for the Midlands. If I'm at the Midlands and I'm wrestling, I want to see great competition. I want to see just a lot of action because you know that the Midlands is somewhere you go to up your ranking, to beat those tough guys that you usually don't see. This year, I think the competition for the Midlands was a little down compared to other tournaments of the week, for instance, the Southern Scuffle. What were your takes? Let's start with the overview of the tournament. How did you feel the power of the Midlands was as a whole?
I think overall it's a little down. The finals are still great. They look great. But overall, just, I don't know, man. The Scuffle has some firepower. Nothing against Midlands. Semis, finals, they look great at some weights. We're seeing national semifinals early, but really, man, the Scuffle's taken away. Then we had the Hawaii Open. I mean, come on, let's get real. Wrestling doesn't belong in Hawaii. Nothing against it, but come on, Midlands, let's go.
And here's the question I asked to you. So for the RPI rankings now, you have to have the best competition. If you want to go to NCAAs, you have to have that top tier competition. South Dakota State, North Dakota State, nothing against those programs, but if you're 33rd, 34th on the RPI ladder coming into or after your conference tournaments, and you have 2 wins over North Dakota State and South Dakota State, or you have 2 wins over Penn State and Cornell, who do you think is going to go?
I think Penn State.
Okay.
Oklahoma State. Though that competition at the Scuffle, I'm not saying it's one-upping, but it's one-upping. You can't beat those guys.
Now what do you do? So now what do you do if you're Iowa? Iowa's proven that they've had Midlands on lock. They won their 23rd title. If you're the Brands brothers next year, are you going to the Scuffle or are you going to Midlands?
They'll go to the Midlands. The Hawkeyes Midlands, that's how it goes. I mean, I remember being 12 and watching the season, and that's their tournament. They live for that. And nothing against the Scuffle for Iowa going there. They just won't do it. I don't see it happening, and I guess in a year if they go and they shock me, they do it. But I mean, they're still seeing quality matchups, but the Iowa guys get the RPI rankings because they beat people. So
right.
Either way, they're going to send guys to the tournament, especially this year. They got a nasty lineup. So
all right, let's jump right into the 125-pound match between Joey Dance and Thomas Gilman. This one's 3-1 sudden victory. Joey Dance gets a takedown. Not a lot of action first 3 periods. Who did you expect to win this?
I was taking Gilman. I know Dance is your VA boy, but
yeah,
I don't know, man. Yeah, Dance gasses a little bit, but he doesn't gas. He just surprises me that maybe he comes through, but I didn't expect him to win that. I thought Gilman was going to push the pace, but they just hand fought, and then it just comes down to a lame takedown at the end. I don't know. I wasn't impressed. I mean, overall, I just wasn't impressed with, that match. I think they could have opened up more. I love Dance. I mean, you watch him in high school. That dude opens up. He's dirty. So. Yeah,
and he has that slick slide by. He has the misdirection. He has that suck back that he's that's the Joey Dance suck back now. He did it to Tomasello. He did it to Peters from Northern Iowa. So that's what he's getting known for. I had Joey Dance winning this match. Did I think he was going to win? No. Did I want him to win? Yes. So that's the only reason I went with him. if these two meet at the NCAA tournament, I think it would be Gilman taking it. Court Layer over here throwing fastballs with the iPad.
Yeah, I mean, come on, let's go.
No,
Got it held up by some old wrestling tournament trophies. I don't know. I don't have my stands, so.
What place are the wrestling trophies?
Well, one's first, and the other one's looking like a bad third place trophy, so that's probably not as
Collins?
quality. So, yeah, definitely. Third place ones are always Collins. So,
All right, let's jump to 133. Corey Clark versus Zane Richards. Corey Clark ends up getting the 4-2 win, and this is the problem I have. If you knock off the number one kid in the country, as Zane Richards did in the semis, you got to win the tournament.
Yeah, come on, finish, be a finisher, and Shop. Ooh, he might want to get back to it. His boys came through at 41 and 49, making the finals. But yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. I think Richards slowed him down, and man, Richards impressed me last year though. NCAA tournament, fantastic, wrestled tough.
And the key to that match was Richards being able to get off bottom. That's the key to beating Shop. If you can get off bottom, you're golden, because he's okay going into the second period 0-0, because he knows you're gonna choose down, and if you don't choose down, he's going on top. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. That's just where he likes to be. Zane Richards stopped his best position, so that was a nail in the coffin right there. But Corey Clark comes up, gets the win, and ends up losing to DeJulius, by the way, during the Ohio State duel. So it's like, if you're ranking 133, who's won?
You don't know what to do. I really don't even know right now. After looking, I thought DeJulius looked, well, from what I heard, couldn't watch it, no flow coverage, nothing like that. Hey, DeJulius, he's tough. Watch out for that guy. But those rankings are it's going to come down to the Big Ten tournament. I don't think Shop's going to get the 1 seed. I bet he'll be 2 or 3. Whoever wins the Big Ten will be the 1 seed. If it's someone with a decent record, I think you got to go with the Big Ten boys now. So.
Interesting. Great point. We'll have to keep that in mind. So Corey Clark gets the win 4-2. And this was kind of surprising to me. Mitchell Port over Devin Carter, 4-1. In these two, you see Logan Stieber, and then you see these two.
There's just a difference.
There's a difference, but it's who's fighting for second. So these two, I think, are the ones they'll wrestle. I think they'll wrestle in the semis.
Oh, definitely. I think that's the semi match. That'll be the 2-3. I just don't see anyone in their leagues, ACC or EWL, beating those guys. I mean, they're just tough, and I think it'll be our semi matchup. I think Port looks tough. I mean, he's been there, he's done. I mean, Carter's got second last year, but I just think Port's a little better right now and a little hungry. I think he has it in his mind that he's going to be the one to take down Logie Bear. But a little secret for all of them. I don't think anyone's taking down Logie Bear. So
I'm with you. We'll have to keep that between us, though.
Yeah, we're not going to tell anyone. No one would expect the 3-time national champ to win a 4th. I just no one would expect it. So, but yeah,
right.
definitely a good matchup.
Yeah. So look for that one in the semifinals of the NCAAs. That was Mitchell Port over Devin Carter, 4-1. 149. Oh, my head was going to explode this entire tournament. Watching Jason Surtis wrestle I painted one of my rooms, and the paint dried before Jason Surtis got a takedown.
Can I tell you something? This is my prediction of the year. Surtis doesn't win Big Tens. He doesn't win the NCAA tournament. That's my prediction. You cannot survive in the Big Ten by winning overtime matches and having zero offense this year. Zero. None. I haven't seen one offensive takedown. The finals match. Oh, that was painful to watch. I just don't understand. Well, quarters, semis, finals.
Yeah, the last 3 matches, he was down for sudden victory every time.
Come on. I just don't think that survives.
No, I 100% agree with you. So hopefully he can get it together, because we need someone from the Big Ten to win this weight class. Let's move on to. Oh, by the way, Sorensen took 3rd from Iowa. Ended up beating Hunter Stieber
Marciano,
yesterday
yeah.
got three takedowns in the third period. Hunter Stieber looked he was up 8-7 with like 30 seconds left, and Sorensen just turned the heat on. So
Hunter better find the gas tank before the NCAAs, or he's going to be another semifinalist that does not win. So
yeah. And if
I'm just
Ohio
not
State's
convinced
searching
with
for
him.
that title, they need him to. They don't need him to All-American. They need him to be in the finals to pick up those big points. This is where I think the tournament started getting a little better with Isaiah Martinez at 157. Excuse me, Isaiah Martinez versus Cody Pack. Isaiah Martinez came out, got a couple quick takedowns, rode the lead, but you saw takedowns. That's what we in the first matches.
Period. Yeah. First period had more than the entire first 4 matches. So
yeah. So
I don't know, man. He gassed pretty hard. I like him. I like Isaiah Martinez, but he hit the wall in the second period. He was dying. The third period, I'm just surprised he didn't give up a takedown. So
yeah, I think
he did give up a takedown late. So.
Late, very late. Yeah, I think he could be like a sleeper. You know, get him in, just get him to the quarters.
Yeah,
you place automatically in the semis. So get him to the quarters. If something happens in the quarters, I think he can make it happen. So I say, just get him there. That's all he needs, and
he could be a round of 12 guy. So,
all right, let's move to 165. Taylor Walsh and Pierce Harger. I thought Harger was going to win this match. I was convinced that he was going to come in, and it was.
Man, Walsh is a pinner. Did you see he tried to hit a step over in the first period and almost pinned him? Kind of rolled through, but I don't know, man. I think the East Lansing Strangler has something good going there. Walsh can upset anybody. So, but Harger, man, he's nasty on his feet. I know a couple guys that they beat him on the mat. So that's just how he loses, and he kind of got in that funky position, but. What do you think about that?
Well, all right. We'll start with the semis. Jackson Morris and Taylor Walsh. I'm thinking Jackson Morris is undefeated on the year. I think he was 17 or 18-0.
Yeah, he's a round of 12 guy.
I'm thinking, he's wrestling at a different level right now. He's getting to his shots. He's finishing. He's crisp. He's clean. He knows where he needs to be, and he gets to those positions. He's been dictating matches all year, and that's what he hasn't been doing the past couple of years. He's been good, but, just fallen short of his goals every year. I thought he was going to go in, and he's the type of wrestler that doesn't get in those iffy positions that Taylor Walsh throws you in. And then out of the blue, you cough, and he's on his back, and he's stuck. The ref's helping him up because they feel bad. When Taylor Walsh tosses you, you look like you need a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a cup of soup from your mom or something because it's horrible.
It's terrible. It's like little kid wrestling. Like I said, Dylan Ness, Taylor Walsh, those dudes will hit some little kid style moves, but they work. So, but I was impressed.
Wrestle.
Yeah, I was impressed with Jackson. He came back and beat Nick Moore for third and fourth, and then Moore loses to Bo in the duel yesterday. So I don't know, man. Nick Moore, is he going to be the guy, pull the old Iowa move, not All-American as a senior?
I don't know. But I'll tell you what, Bo Jordan looked phenomenal. Takedown and turn right away, first period, with ease. He felt him out a little bit, just wanted the Ohio State crowd check his shoes out or something. That slick back hairdo he had it going yesterday.
He has the flow. You got to fear the flow because he came with it. So, no, man, he was impressive. So.
All right, so Taylor Walsh ends up pinning Pierce Harger in 4 minutes and 6 seconds with a crazy headlock. That's at 165. 174, Mike Evans and Zach Brunson. Back to the boring matches. The stash. Yeah.
He just does the Iowa way. He's a Hawkeye for sure. Just boring. I think I fell asleep a little bit during that match, but that's Mike Evans for you. I'm nothing against him. He just does his thing. Wins.
Yeah. I don't. There's nothing that I have to say about this match. Let's move. I'm sorry. Let's move on to 184. Jack Deckow and Lorenzo Thomas. I'm trying to be politically correct here. I was upset with Deckow because I know his offense. I've seen his offense multiple times. When he gets to his high crotch, nobody can stop him, and he can run through people. But the quarters and the semis, he was just hanging out. Hey, I'm here to be here, and then
I was thinking boring match. I don't know what you were thinking. I was thinking finals match, 2 returning All-Americans, and Deckow put on a show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stevie Martin had him wrestling to a T. And keep in mind, he wrestled Sammy Brooks, who's no pushover in the semis. And I know Stevie Martin, he's an Iowa boy. He's Dan Gable trained. Yeah. So, ODU versus Iowa, his blood was probably boiling. He had that, that swagger walk that he has going. But Deckow looked impressive. If he can wrestle like this at the national tournament, I mean, he's my pick. I think he opens up Dean. He's a freak athlete just like Dean, but his offense is crazy, insane. Oh, yeah. I was impressed. I mean, Dean's impressive, but I just haven't seen that explosiveness out of Dean. He's kind of more by the book, and Deckow, man, he changing levels and going. So I was impressed. That was awesome. Yeah, so he ends up getting the win 13-5 over Lorenzo Thomas. That's at 184. 197, Nathan Burke versus Timmy McCall. Oh, poor Timmy McCall. I got a story for you. So we're watching, and my dad says, I can bet you right now that Burke is going to get the takedown with under 10 seconds left. So 15 seconds on the clock. I don't know what happens. Injury time, stalemate, blood time, referee's time, whatever. So there's 15 seconds left. And I said, he is not going to come back to the center and take Timmy McCall down with ease. Ref blows the whistle, post, high crotch, turn the corner, finish, gets his 2. It's a textbook takedown.
It's because he had Metcalf in his corner. You know that, right? That's Metcalf's move, the post, high crotch to the double.
Oh, yeah. So. And if I'm not mistaken, he was unattached. Am I correct?
I thought he was redshirted. I didn't really understand what was going on. He was unattached, and then I look at the duel on Sunday, and he's in the lineup and knocks off Snyder. Yeah. So I know there's some controversy around that, but come on, man. What next thing you know, you're unattached, and then you got the black and gold back on because you win Midlands. So you must have a good feeling.
So he ended up getting it done. Timmy McCall had that match, and I don't even think Timmy McCall had a stall call. All he needed to do was circle. There's 15 seconds left. I'm putting my track shoes on, and I'm running.
My dude was gassed. He was in some rough shape. He was not doing well. He was doing the old court back up and crawl back to the center in the third. I was like, wow. So, but no, that's just the Iowa way. They live for that. So Midlands, I think that's the whole thing.
And if you're not recording this, make sure you are, because you're not going to hear me say this a lot. Was the match of the night the heavyweight match?
Scramble City.
Heavyweights. All right, Bobby Telford, number 3, and Mike McMullen, number 1 ranked wrestler in the country. I'm expecting Mike McMullen. He's so athletic. He's a 125-pounder stuck in a heavyweight's body.
You ain't taking my boy Bubba down, though. You ain't taking him down. My dude is too big. He's huge.
Yeah, and McMullen just looked so undersized. But, yeah, it was impressive. That in that last takedown, this was overtime. Oh, no, it wasn't. This was the end of the third period.
Oh, end of the third period. They got into the scramble, and Telford comes out on top.
Yeah, McMullen shoots the half shot, and then Telford stops it, and then McMullen just tries a fat kid half shot again. And it was just, you don't expect the number 1 kid in the country to make those mistakes. If they wrestle again, which I'm guessing they're going to wrestle at least twice. Once at Big Tens. Excuse me?
Well, I think at least 2 more times. Wouldn't it be at least
once
two?
at Big Tens, maybe at NCAAs. And if the duel, have they wrestled already in duels?
No, I don't believe they have wrestled a duel yet, but so it could be three times. So
Absolutely. So potentially, they can
I
go
don't know.
3 times. That's
I take McMullen if they wrestle again. I think they'll have a little better game plan. He was shooting underneath him. He just needs to get angles.
yeah.
So,
I agree.
I mean,
And
let the big boy fall.
yeah, you got to do something, or you got to misdirection, or you got to shoot swing singles. You can't be shooting straight on doubles and high crotches with that kid. He's way too big for this. But let's go through the top team scores. Iowa with 189, Illinois with 130.5, Northwestern with 106, Edinburgh 101, Virginia Tech with 99.5. Iowa comes back with its 23rd championship of the Midlands, 52nd Midlands, and they've won 23 of them, so that's pretty impressive. Anything else that you wanted to touch base with? Any other?
Man, I just think we're going to see a great NCAA tournament. I'm seeing these upsets. The playing field is just level all throughout the country. I mean, we look at the scuffle, we look at Midlands, the upsets taking place, and it happens every year, but I just think this year, yeah, we have Stieber going for his 4th. I mean, we got Delgado going for his 3rd, but really, those guys, anyone can beat anyone. I mean, and we're seeing that in college wrestling. I mean, you look at Garrett, he gets beat in the finals of the scuffle by Waters. That's a weight class. I just don't think it's Delgado's yet. I just don't think you can hand it to him after last year. And I don't know, we're just going to see a great year. There's some upset dark horses, and I bet we see some more mid-majors in the finals this year. I think there's going to be a lot of mid-major conferences that have a guy in the NCAA finals. I think it's going to be Big Ten versus mid-majors, and we'll kind of go from there. So that's kind of what I'm seeing from the results of who's making the finals and who's getting upset. So,
All right. Well, yeah, great point. I think it's even too. There's only one weight class that you say Logan Stieber's a lock for the national title. Everywhere else, I mean, maybe Derringer, but not even that. I mean, if someone can get one or two lucky takedowns on him.
Yeah, I mean, I like Derringer. I think he's a freak, but man, you just never know. There's so many athletic guys out there, and there's so many guys who can just slow the pace. And then, yeah, I mean, Derringer, he would probably be my 2nd lock. But other than that, I mean, 57's up in the air. I don't know. What do you think about 49? What's your pick? I want to hear your preseason or mid-season prediction for 149.
Put me on the spot. Let's go to the rankings. Let's see.
That is the weight class. I have no idea what's going to happen.
You got me really on the spot right now. All right, let's see. That is a tough one. How to show if
You think?
no, I see. This is what I don't know. Sertzis, if he can, who upsets him?
Kindig with the finals win. I think he's my pick. I don't know. I think he's the most explosive. But
Did you see that? How to show get double underhooks on Kindig and Kindig lift him straight up. That's silly strength.
Dude, he's a freak. Oklahoma State has some studs, and they're going to fill in nice next year too. So, Marsteller made the semis. They're going to be tough. So, I bet Colic is back down at 49 too. He jumped from 41 to 57 in like 2 weeks. So, we'll see. But no, I mean, I would go with Kindig, and Dave Habit's going to be 2nd in the nation. I'm thinking.
Really?
I think he's going to make the finals.
I say Villalonga.
That's a good pick.
I think he can make the finals.
We're going to have to talk about that weight class way more. I mean, even Taiwan Claxton.
Claxton, that's what I was just looking at. He is dangerous. Yeah,
keep going. You're good.
No, go ahead.
My man is never an Ohio State or state champ. Went to a D2 school for a year, almost committed to Cleveland State, but then committed to OU. Went to OU, and man, he's just been on fire. I mean, he just unreal. I think he was like 5th or 6th in the state in Ohio as a senior. Didn't even win it.
He's the real deal. I was watching him wrestle at the Eastern Michigan Duels. He's the real deal. He's crazy funky too. He's tough to take down. And that's what you need.
At OU. So,
oh yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, it was great being on the show for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for having it, or you not having me. I guess I had you. Thanks for coming on again. We'd love to have you on. You know you're welcome anytime. Just let us know what you want to go over. And first, before we get out of here, I'd like to give a shout-out to All Force Nutrition for sending me the samples and the sick shirt. I told them I would wear the shirt during the show. So thank you, All Force Nutrition. Make sure if you're watching this, go to allforcenutrition.com and check out their website, their supplements. They got some stuff, or they sent me some supplements, so if you see me ripped like Rambo over here, just looking buff, that's why.
The last time I saw you, you had to turn sideways to walk through my door, so I'm kind of concerned. You've been hitting the weight room.
It ain't the weight room. It's the pizza. All right, well, that's been it for this episode. Court Layer, thank you very much for coming on. Is there anyone you want to give a shout-out to before you get out of here?
Yeah, I definitely want to give a shout-out to G-Easy, Little Grant. I know he's always critiquing our reviews, so I got to give him a shout-out. Former Michigan State wrestler, former Holt wrestler, so we got a little connection there. Got to give him a shout-out because I know he's going to critique us. I'll get 500 texts about what we said wrong and what we predicted wrong. So
yeah, I'm trying to get him on the show. That is the walking book of wrestling facts. So, all right, that's been it. Our time is up. He's been Court Layer. I've been Eric Olenowski. Make sure you check out the updated rankings on the AssociatedWrestlingPress.com. Follow the Associated Wrestling Press on Twitter at Wrestling Press. Court, where can they follow you?
At Courticus or at Coach Court is actually my parody account. Some of my wrestlers decided that would be funny to make me a parody account. So, but really at Hold Elite too, that's my club, and come check it out for sure.
All right, sounds good. Shout out to Colin too. All right, thank you.
See ya.